Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to the Cop Update from the LFC Daytrippers. I'm Gav, and we're going to have a little chat for the next half an hour or so about Liverpool versus Manchester United from ANfield tonight. And we're going to do some lineup predictions, we're going to do some score predictions, we're going to do some stuff like that. So, where do we all go with this? I think the team is hard to pick. I think the team is hard to pick, and you know something, we are really good at rotating. We're really good at rotating. So you know it's going to be interesting. I'm really interested to see what your lineup will be, what your score prediction will be, what way you think United are going to come out and do this, because you know after the news about Ronaldo and everything that went on yesterday with Ronaldo, he won't play. That's being confirmed. It's also being confirmed that I don't think Varane will play. Shaw, rumours around Wan-Bissaka, Fred and McTominay missing. There's a fair few missing, but if you know for definite who is in and who's not in for Manchester United, give me a shout, and I will no doubt read it out for you. Starting with Liverpool though. You know, it's one where we have rotated really well. There's no doubt about that. We've rotated really well, and you know something. When you look at, we both play on Saturday, which is cool. We both play on Saturday, and you know it's, for me, it's a huge game. It's always a huge game. You may know already, you may realise already, I'm really confused as to what we're going to do here tonight. I'm really confused as to what we're going to do here tonight. Let me read out some comments and we get going, alright? Because I'm genuinely racking my brain all day as to what way we might do this. James LFC says Haaland to City, game over. Leave them to it. Don't worry about it. Paul Era says Haaland the new Andy Carroll. Rob GTI says afternoon. Kevin Ball is in. He says afternoon. Ali A is in. Curtis is in. So is Emma. Expect 3 to 4 changes tonight, says Kevin Ball. Kev, let me know what the 3 or 4 changes you feel will be. Kloppish says, hi Gav. Hello. Kloppish, how are you? I nearly read that as Coppish, and then I was going to name a few of them off Coppish, but it's Kloppish. Rob says, I think United is so shy at the minute. We could put out any team and still beat them. Kevin Ball says Rashford through the middle seems the most likely option for them, but he's awful at staying on side at the best of times. Big up for the minute's applause on minute 7. Great show of respect between rivals, says Tiernan. That's a rumour that's come out this morning. The Liverpool fans may do, I don't know if it's confirmed, may do a minute's applause on the 7th minute, just to show support for Cristiano Ronaldo and the terrible news he had and his partner had yesterday. Thiago and Mane must start for me, says Curtis J. Anthony O'Chill says, hey Gav, he's in, how are you? Ali, Trent, Kanate, VVD, Robertson, Fabinho, Thiago, Henderson, Diaz, Salah, Jota. Says Dylan, leaving Mane out. Interesting. I think that's where the difficulty comes. And I know we're rotating, but Mane probably feels like the player in the team at the moment that you're not dropping, but you're not leaving out at the moment, because he's in such a great vein of form, coupled with the fact that he's continuing to play Salah, and Salah's not in his best of form, you know, the sort of way. So it is one of those. Angel says, yeah, Ronaldo not playing for obvious reasons. That's been confirmed by Manchester United. SG has Ali, Trent, VVD, Matip, Robbo, Henderson, Fabinho, Curtis Jones, Mo, Firmino, Mane. Let Taki finally come on again late to rest Mo or Mane. Dalot, Lindelof, Sean Maguire, Matic, Pogba, Bruno, Sancho, Lingard, Rashford. Says Kev O'Sullivan. We definitely have to go through what United are going to do. I was trying to find out this morning exactly who are missing, because I've seen some names thrown about, but I don't know how many of them are actually missing, or they just have niggles and will make it and stuff like that. Guzmo says we have to rotate, but we will not rotate as much as we did in the last few games. Patsy and Mark Sproul have both thrown in teams. Well, Patsy says Hendo, Jota, Matip for Naby, Diaz and Kanate. Don't want to see many changes other than that. Mark Sproul has Ali, Trent, Matip, Van Dijk, Robertson, Hendo, Fabinho, Jones, Mane, Salah, Diaz. 5 days rest before Everton. Might only see a couple of changes, as Dylan. That's kind of the way I'm going with it. Shaw is injured. I think he's out for the rest of the season. So let's start with Liverpool. Alisson, I think, will play. There's no doubt about that. Trent, I think, will play. Robertson, I think, will play. There's been talk maybe could we put Tsimikas in, but I think that 5 days to Everton is huge. And I think that's where we get the window to probably play as strong as we can and do the same against Everton. Now, I know we have huge European Cup semi-finals coming up beyond that, but if you can get them the rest, the recovery days and some days of training between games that Klopp is big on, he goes strong. So I'm going to go Robertson at left back. In midfield, I think Fabinho definitely starts. I think you might see Henderson for Keita or Thiago. I definitely think Hendo starts. He didn't start at the weekend. I think he will come back in for this one. He's making a big deal of rotating. As much as we say he rotates at the back and up front, he is turning over this midfield quite a bit. So I think he go Fabinho, Hendo. I think he might do Keita. I think he actually might do Keita. I think that's the midfield that starts away at United as well, if I remember rightly. Or did he? Did Fabinho start that one? I can't remember. But I think Henderson will come in, so you'll probably see Keita or Thiago. And if you're trying to, at the moment, funny enough, if you're trying to protect one of those, it's probably Thiago. Even though Keita has got issues where he'll play a couple of games and he'll get a niggle, but he seems strong at the minute. So I think he might go that way. Up front is so interesting though. Salah is going to play because he's spoken about, he's not worried about Salah. He's happy with his performances. And I think overall Salah's performances have been decent. Trying a bit too hard in certain games. The top Benfica away, he tried a bit too hard. He's unlucky at the weekend with that dink that hits the side netting. He attracts so many players to him. Even when he's not on top form, you see City the other day, every time he gets a left back, a centre back, a defensive midfielder, all kind of attracted to Salah, and that frees up space for the likes of Diaz, Firmino, Jota, Mane to play. He'll definitely play Salah in my opinion. I don't know how you drop Sadio Mane. I really don't. He doesn't start at Old Trafford. It's Jota, Firmino, Salah that starts at Old Trafford, but you have Mane now in a rich vein of form. You have Luis Diaz that just continues to impress all the time. So it's one of those where, who do you pick? I think he picks Diaz down the left. I think you might see Diaz, Mane, Salah again. With Firmino and Jota coming on. I really do. So my 11, Alisson, Trent, Matip, Van Dijk, Robertson, Fabinho, Henderson, Keita, Diaz, Mane, Salah. That would be my 11. I'm going to read through a couple of comments here. I'll go back up the screen here and see where we go. Antio says, blitz them in the first 45 like we did at Old Trafford. No mercy. If we drop points against United, I was going mad. 4-1 to Liverpool, says Marshall. If we score first, the game is over early, says Kevin. Harry Maguire is going to be playing tonight, lads, so I think we'll be okay, says Patsy. Daniel says, hi everyone, big game tonight. Let's beat them back to Old Trafford with their tails between their legs. A few more in there. Tiernan says, I think there's a chance we may go 4-2-4 as they would sit. That wouldn't surprise me. Diaz, Jota, Salah and Mane. Oh, right. That's a big shout. Think Thiago will be dropped for Hendo. Don't think Thiago can play 3 games in a week, says Mark. Yeah, I think if you're going to rest one of them, maybe Thiago. Thiago to rip everything apart, says Craig Lowe. If Salah doesn't score tonight, I'll be worried about him then, says Kevin Ball. Our front 3, says Kev O'Sullivan, Bobby, Jota and Salah. Oh, okay. That's a different shout, isn't it? But again, doesn't matter what 3 you pick. And I'm not saying that in a flippant sort of way. The quality you have coming off the bench is just ridiculous. You know what I mean? Pep Guardiola on Liverpool versus Manchester United. We watch it as a fan. I watch it at home. I want to know the result. I would love United to get points. Of course he would. Salah, Mane, Diaz for Marshall up front. Dylan says Keita has to start. Remember watching the reverse fixture in the Cock and Bull, and United fans said Keita is shit. About 40 seconds and he scored immense that day. He's been really good, Keita. Really good. And as much as you'd have doubts over his injury record and his availability, which is fair, I don't think you can have much doubt about his ability when he's on the pitch. I've said it for so long. He has all the tools. So, and he's starting to show it, which I think is brilliant. Antio says, Maguire gives me 2015 Lovren vibes. The fella is a walking liability. Tellez and Maguire against Salah will be hilarious to watch, both defensively shy, says Kevin Ball. Wouldn't be surprised if Jones is involved somehow, says Kev O'Sullivan. Yeah, his name has popped up a little bit as well. You wouldn't be surprised if you see Milner involved. Like, this is just the way it is, and we have to just keep very calm if that happens. If Milner or Jones or Ox or whoever is in the 11, there's a plan to this, and the plan is around, it's one game at a time, and you have to win this one before you get to the next one. But I think Kev O'Sullivan said the other night he'll have a starting 11 for the next 3 or 4 games in his mind, barring suspensions or injuries. So don't be concerned or surprised if you see a couple of names in there tonight that maybe a bit, didn't expect that one, but they'll be all okay. They're all playing. They're all part of this, and everyone will play a part between now and the end of the season. If we win today, we go top. City play Brighton tomorrow, correct? Tor says 100% United will try to play like Prime Atletico. They can't play like Prime Atletico. That's their issue. Afternoon, Gav. Ideally, we are 2 or 3 up at half time. Take a few off, ready for the other shower on Sunday. Heads will fall off when the Jones, Milner, Ox midfield is announced, says Dylan. Same 11 from the weekend for the Reclaimer. Got to get up at 2:45 in the morning to watch us tear these bastards a new one, says Calvin Van Vuren, and I hope I said that right. Calvin Van Vuren. It's a little challenge for me to try and name these names when they come up, but I do quite well, better than I usually expect. There's a lot to be booked if Diaz starts. Days after we slapped City, they are signing Haaland. What a surprise. Marshall says, yeah, with the breaking news, Ronaldo not available for tonight's game, just being confirmed. Just can't let United gain any confidence in this game because they still have players that can hurt us. Going to go into the United team now in a minute. Milner is too slow when he plays, says Curtis J. Just watch both you and the under-18s. You've just gone 1-0 up against Wolves. Nice, says Mickey Friars. Would you be calm with Ox left back at Gav? Well, what's the chances of Ox being at left back? I'm talking about being in midfield. So, if Ox is playing, Ox is playing, I don't see it happening. But if he's playing, he's playing. Let me see. Is there a review show after the game, Gav, or the midweek fixes? Tiernan McVeigh. Tiernan, come on now, we look after you. Full-time Reds, Chris and Kev, 10 p.m. And midweek fix will be tomorrow at 10 p.m. Thursday we have off. Friday will be Sports Unplugged. Saturday we have off. Sunday we have Full-time Reds and the Fatback 4. So, there you go. Genuinely put a bet on us to win 5-0, says Antico. I hope you don't jinx it. Ox right back, Gav, says Kevin Ball. No. Remember that at the start of the season? That was gas, wasn't it? Ali A says, my team will be Ali, Trent, Matip, Van Dijk, Simicas, Fabinho, Hendo, Naby, Salah, Bobby, Jota. 6-0 to Liverpool. Just on United, because Liverpool are very confident going into this, and they've every right to be. I think I don't know how many points we've dropped in the new year, but I don't think it's many. And we're flying, we're scoring goals, we're not conceding too many, and we're playing really well, we're rotating things, we've a fully fit squad, we've players on form. There's not many players there where you go, he's in shy form. Maybe Salah, but Salah's, he's the type that he could get 1 tonight, 2 tonight, and go and score 2 or 3 at the weekend. He just needs something to go from, and he's the sort of player that you have to play. I don't think you bench him. I don't think it does him any good. There is other players out there that you would bench them and go, listen, take a break for a week or 2. It's cool. We'll get you back in and everything will be fine. But overall, the squad is in really good health and really good form. So there's every right to go in here confident, excited, because it's 2 massive games now, this and Everton, before we start getting back into European stuff again. But with United, we've talked loads about United. The players they have, the players that kind of want out, the players that are missing, the manager who's an advisor who nobody's listening to when he's giving advice by the looks of it, the possibility of a new manager being confirmed in the next week or so, the whole story around that, he wants so many cast iron guarantees, the list's a length of his arm by the sounds of it. So everything kind of weighs in favour of Liverpool. It's at Anfield. It's midweek. It's under the lights. We're chasing everything, and the place will be absolutely barnstorming tonight, I think. But I've been in the opposite position loads of times where Liverpool have gone to Manchester United, who have been chasing trophies. Brilliant players, brilliant squad, great form. Liverpool go there, not in the best. A little bit hit and miss, and I've got something. You know, have got a draw at Old Trafford, have won at Old Trafford. And sometimes that's down to the opposition when they think it's too easy. And I think Liverpool, I always say, if Liverpool come out and apply themselves to how they should apply themselves, with a certain amount of intensity, rhythm to their game, I think they'd be hard to stop. So when you look at United, now I'm going off what I've read, so if anyone wants to correct me on this in the chat, please feel free to do so. It looks like they'll play De Gea in goal. Usually has a good game against us. You know, even when we beat them 5-0 at Old Trafford, he still makes a few good saves. You know, doesn't he make one from Trent in that game? Which is ridiculous, I think. But anyway, De Gea will play in goal. He's a really good goalkeeper. Regardless of how bad United are, De Gea's a good goalkeeper. The only thing you will put against him is he sticks to his line. And I think that might be an issue for them tonight if we have good delivery, and especially if Canate starts. So that's one thing, right? The lot, whatever way you want to say it, I think he'll play right back. Rumour is Wan-Bissaka won't play. So it looks like the lot will play right back. On the left back thing, it looks like Tellez will play because Shaw is out for the season. Tellez came in with a good reputation. Haven't seen an awful lot of him. I think he was actually being preferred to Shaw anyway in the team. But I could be wrong. There could be a United fan watching this going, you're talking shy. But I thought he was starting to get a little bit of preference over Luke Shaw. Maybe not. Luke Shaw was he had a really good season last season. Not so much this season, but he's usually solid enough. Centre half was, he'll have to go, I think. There was rumour that he'd play Lindelof in midfield. Now, if he was doing that, you're probably looking at Eric Boye coming in, and Maguire. But I don't know if Boye's even fit, or the manager wants to use him. So you'll probably see Lindelof and Maguire. Maguire, as we know, he's a threat from set pieces. There's no doubt about that because he's a big fella and he can head a ball. But defensively, if we move him and move him around, he gets into serious trouble. The key to it, though, is Lindelof. If Lindelof's on his game, he does an awful lot of covering for Harry Maguire. He gets him out of a lot of trouble. I think we will target that side. I think you'll see Trent, you'll see Salah, you'll see Henderson if he starts trying to get into those positions. You'll even see Mane dropping into that area of the pitch to try to overpower them down that side and overload them, and then look for the likes of Diaz and whoever coming into the box. You will see that. That's defensively, okay. That doesn't worry me. Doesn't worry me as going forward in those two fullbacks. Defensively, they could just sit in, so we'll have to wait and see. Kevin Ball thinks they'll start Aaron Wan-Bissaka for defensive stability. I heard that he wasn't playing, but I could, as I said, Kevin, I could be wrong. Midfield wise, talk is that McTominay and Fred won't play, so you're down to Matic and Pogba. I think if you're going to play two in midfield, okay. If he does that, which I'd be surprised if he does, because that means you're doing a 4-2-3-1 with Bruno in there as well. Bruno doesn't like chasing, doesn't like walking, throws his arms around the air an awful lot. Good player though, good player going forward. He can hit a pass, and then when you look ahead of that, if he was to do Bruno there, you're probably looking at Sancho and Rashford off each side, and maybe is that Alanga that will go up front. They have pace in Sancho, Alanga, Rashford. They have pace, and we play that high line, and we're good at it. So don't worry about the high line. But what we need to do is we need to make sure we're on top of our fullbacks, and we're in particularly on top of Pogba and Matic, to make Matic work, which he just hasn't got the legs for anymore. Really good player 6-7 years ago, but just doesn't have the legs. And Pogba, if you let him get his head up, say what you want about him, if you let him get his head up and turn in midfield, he will hit Alanga, Rashford, Sancho, or Bruno, whoever's running from deep. So you have to, as much as you have to be confident, you have to be just that little bit wary as well, where you say to yourself, Jesus, you know, this is all about intent. It's all about intensity. It's all about application. So let me know what you think the United team might be, and I'll call them out as well. Neville and Tyler on tonight. Brace yourself, not where I'll be watching it. The lot defensively is shocking. Going forward, he's decent. Same with Tellez, says Kevin Ball. The only thing I would say to that, Kev, is that how much are they going to get forward? How much are they going to risk to leave Diaz and Salah with space in behind them to hurt them, and possibly coming up against their two centre-backs? That's where you'd have the worry for them. Aaron Wan-Bissaka starting, says Marshall. He's good defensively and might give Diaz a hard game. I'm okay if he starts, Aaron Wan-Bissaka. But as I said, I did hear something that he wouldn't be playing. I'll look at it later on. I looked earlier and I couldn't really see an awful lot about it. It was just stuff that I read yesterday. Maguire kicked Pogba in the head Saturday. I seen that. There's going to be a new banner on the Kop tonight celebrating the dominance of our team 100 years ago, says Ant Dicko. Hendo should start giving the rest versus City, said GN. I agree. Yellow Strubans says Atkinson at ANfield and Tierney on VAR, so we're not getting anything from the ref, that's for sure. Southern Scouser, De Gea, Dalot, Lindelof, Maguire, Tellez, Pogba, Matic, Bruno, Elanga, Rashford, Sancho. That's what I'm thinking of. Because if what I heard yesterday was true, and I'm not saying I heard it from some exclusive source or anything like that, it was just bits and pieces I read yesterday. If that's true, that looks like it's a team. It has got pace up front. I think it's a little bit light in midfield, and I think it'd be worrying defensively. So you'll probably find Rashford and Sancho doing a hell of a lot of work defensively, because you know Trent and you know Robbo are going to be up that pitch and making them push back, which will probably mean that you have to keep your eye on Bruno as the forwardest man in a 10, say, and say Elanga up front. So you have to keep your eye on them. Matic, Bruno, Pogba midfield seems the only option then, says Kev Ball. It could be. Boye will probably start, says Mark A. I haven't heard anything on Boye, but I did hear a rumour that he could start Lindelof in the middle of midfield. Hit the like button, says Mickey Friars. Yeah, do that as well if you want. Bruno in the creative role will offer no threat at all, says Mark A. And subscribe as well, says the Reclaimer. There's 120 people watching, 53 likes. If you get over 100, the Reclaimer is all happy for the rest of the day. Arsenal for Life says, please smash United for us. We could be United, but you have to go and beat them then, don't you? You have to play them at the Emirates. Wan-Bissaka is a kamikaze pilot and a tackle. Diaz will turn him inside out, says Cambridge. Jota does well against Aaron Wan-Bissaka. He can't manage his off the ball movement. That's a great show. That's a really good show, because Jota done some serious damage at Old Trafford off the left through his movement, his quick thinking. That is a good show, and it would actually add weight to Jota starting. We've turned Pep into United fans, says James. Yeah, we have. We need to get back to clean sheets, says Craig Lowe. Yes, absolutely. Kenny feels that Bruno is a stat patter. Overrated for sure. You could have two Bissakas, not just one, and Diaz will still roast them, says Mark Massey. A lot of people feel Diaz will start tonight. I think he's been brilliant. First real hostile atmosphere at ANfield this week, and from here on out, yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm absolutely with you on that. Imagine City dropping points against Brighton. Do you know what? Don't worry about City. Just worry about this one and the one on Sunday. Get them out of the way. That's your next block of league games, and then we go into other competitions and we'll see where we're getting on. I've seen Milk Tongue quicker than Matic. He seems their only option in there. I don't know what's up with McTominay and Fred. I just don't know what's up with them. It could be where it's rumoured that they're not playing, and they will. As I said, what I read, it was just random stuff I read. It wasn't like United release saying this player or that player won't play. If Basuma was playing, I'd have more confidence. Obviously, this Brighton against City, but City should win comfortably, says Kevin Ball. Why is Basuma out? He couldn't be suspended, is he? You need about 10 yellow cards at this stage to be suspended. But overall, look, it's a game we just have to win. We have to go out. We have to just do our job. And I know it's Manchester United, and I know it's ANfield. I know it's midweek. I know that it's a massive rivalry. They'll come there wanting to not spoil a party, but they'll come. They still have hopes of top four. Remember, they're not coming where they're sitting 6-8 points off fourth and they've nothing to play for. So they will be looking to take points from this. I think Harry Maguire said it. Trying to damage Liverpool's quadruple thing isn't in their mind. It's getting 3 points to help themselves. John Brooks is a Dubliner in the Philippines. Come on, the Reds. Nice one, John. You're very welcome. How is Basuma banned? 10 yellow cards. Marshall would love a convincing win 4-1 to Liverpool. Throw in your predictions now. Score predictions, you know the rules. If you put in a score prediction, you must put in the scorers with it. I'll go first. I think it's going to be Ali says good day, Gav. Strong feeling Salah will score 3-0 the LFC Quad Army. I think it'll be difficult tonight. I don't think it'll be as easy as people think. I think it'll be a difficult game. We bashed them at Old Trafford. They were at the lowest ebb under Solskjaer. I don't think they're quite at that low ebb that they were when we met them, when Solskjaer was in charge. I think it'll be difficult. I think they will sit back. I think if the options they have is what we think they have, I think you're going to see 4-5-1, a really rigid 4-5-1, where they will look to win second balls off the strike or try to get some frees, get them up the pitch, set pieces, stuff like that. The high line they'll look to play on, there's no doubt about it, because all they really have up there, I don't think they've massive creativity, but they've a lot of pace. I think it could be a difficult night, a hard fought game, but I'm going to go 2-0 Liverpool. I think we will get one. I think they'll hang in. I think we'll take it away from them in the last 15 minutes. I'm hoping for a clean sheet, but I don't think, and I could be wrong with this, I could be sitting here later on tonight watching Chris and Kevin, it's fucking 6-1 or something, but I don't think it'll be a 5-0. I don't think United will allow that to happen again. That'll be in the back of their mind as well. They don't want to come off this season with, like, you know, losing 9-0 on aggregate to Liverpool or 10-0 or something like that, because it's not how a club like Manchester United operate. 3-0 says G10. 4-0. He didn't give me any scorers, G10. You're a cheat. Always back. Jota, I take it back. Jota, Salah, VVD. Kevin Ball, 4-0. Salah double, VVD header. Jota header. John Summers, 2-0. Diaz and Kanate. Let me see. Patsy says 4-0. Didn't give me any scorers. Cheating. Curtis J says 3-0. All in the first half, preferably. Again, cheating. Dragon Ball says 5-1. No scores again. They're just all cheating today. Mark Massey 4-0. Salah 2. Jota and Diaz. Let me see. 5-0 says Rob. Salah hat-trick. Mane brace. Professional but convincing 2-0 since James. Why is nobody giving me scores here? Patsy's back though. 2 for Mo. Jota and Mane. They won't be as open tonight. 2-0, but hopefully I'm proved wrong. Bobby and Jota says Tiernan. Let me see. It won't be an easy game. I think some of the United players will turn up, but Liverpool will edge up 1-0, says Arsenal for life. 2-0 or 2-1 says Bonkers. 4-1 says Emma. Salah by 2. Bobby and Mane, the good old days. 7-1 says Paul Mack. Give me the scores. 3-0 Salah hat-trick says Mickey Friars. 4-0 says Antio Chill. Mane hat-trick and a Trent free kick. Mark A has 3-0. Jota, Salah and Mane. And Sam has 2-0, last 30 minutes, bouncing the ball to waste time. Sam didn't give me any scores anyway. Why is all cheating on me? I've just, all I asked for was put the scores in if you give a prediction. Mark A did say a Trent goal would be lovely too. Look, it could go anyway, this game. You know, we were talking about it on Sunday night. The lads were saying that, you know, they don't rate United. What they're serving up is appalling. I think it was Keith watched watched extended highlights of United Norwich. I think Kev did as well, and they were saying, look, Norwich could have got more out of that game. You know, only for Ronaldo. United were piss poor. They don't have Ronaldo under sad circumstances tonight. He's definitely their main goal threat. I think if you take his goals out of the team this season, God knows where they will be. So it's one way we just have to work. We have to get in there, do our work, apply ourselves, go for them. Don't give them any respect. Absolutely go for them and test them nice and early and see what happens. And even if they stand firm, you would expect Liverpool to come out the other side of it with a result. A 3-1 says Ben Ebbe. Salah, Diaz, Jota. Antico has 5-0. Salah 3. Jota and Mane. Anyone have a spare ticket, says GN? Let them know. SG says 3-1, but not as easy. United can be bad as vase of flowers. Look, it's one of those where you get excited about it. It's hard not to get excited about Liverpool versus Manchester United, even if you were both, even if it was a bit of a dead rubber where one of them was, both were guaranteed Champions League, but they weren't really in a title race. It's always exciting. You always get up for it. Something always happens in it. And that's another thing. We have to be professional tonight. If they want to drag us into a war, go into it in the right way. Don't get yourself caught up in stupid things where you're getting booked or sent off and giving them any initiative. Go in and do your job. If Liverpool go in and do their job, they will win this game. Mane and Bobby to score for bonkers tonight, in his opinion. Have to assume that they will make it awkward, says Thor. That's the best version of United to turn up. It's all about the Reds being professional. Can we break them before the hour? Yeah, and listen, even if it goes to 70, 75 and the game is tight, or it's a draw, or one ahead, we'll be okay. Liverpool know how to do this. I'd love to see United come out and play. I'd love to see them come out and have a go. I don't think it's the most intelligent thing to do, but I'd love to come out and have a go. But I expect them to be very pragmatic in the way they approach this game, because look, they would have watched back Saturday, and City didn't get in their faces, and City didn't match their work rate, and City were 3-0 down at half time. And the game ends 3-2, a flatter City. Liverpool could have had another couple in the second half. City could have as well. But overall, Liverpool outworked City. And when they outworked Manchester City, they had them 3-0. If they outworked Manchester United, it could be 3 or more by half time. SG can see Ranić setting up a back three. Look, they'll set up to stop us with the hope that their front three can get up the pitch enough to try hurt us, especially with that high line. Liverpool are unstoppable at home, haven't lost since 2017. Well, we have lost at home since 2017, but that was last season when there would be no players left. So, look, enjoy the game tonight. I hope and expect Liverpool to win. I hope we do it in style. I hope we come out with no injuries, no suspensions, no worries. And we look forward to the derby at the weekend where we can put another 3 points on the board. And not only that, we can win tonight, sit back and watch Brighton, go to the Etihad tomorrow night and see and hope that something happens there. Cheng says, frankly, I just want 3 points. Be a nice bonus if Ali got another clean sheet in the Golden Gloves race. Think he's tied with Ederson. Hope we build a cricket score early and have a rest for the derby. That would be great. Alanga up front for United with Sancho, Bruno, Matic, Lindelof. Thanks, Gav. Great show against the G10. Great show because you've come in. You threw in all the comments. I fed off them because otherwise I'd be just sitting here telling you, just repeat myself over and over again as to how Liverpool should win this game and how I'd like to see them win it. But your comments absolutely make it. Don't forget that. Do my best to get back to you tomorrow at 2 p.m. Don't forget Chris and Kev from 10 p.m. on the Full Time Reds. Talk to you in a bit. Over and out.